So I'm Nicolas Dorier, and lately I'm working on the NBitcoin framework. So it's the biggest framework on the .NET platform for doing Bitcoin. I am mostly a trainer and a consultant, and since I ate the red pills, I've mostly stopped all my my old contracts to working on a Bitcoin project almost full time now. In France, I didn't have any particular problem right now because most of my work is not really entrepreneurship. It's more consultant and trainer. So I don't build a product. I sell mostly my skills. But for an entrepreneur that wants to create a real service and a product, France is not the right place. I feel it's not where there is a right mindset about what entrepreneurship is. And I'd say that in most people morality, having the goal of making money is shameful. And I mean, if you want to be a good entrepreneur, your goal is to make money, right? So this morality has an impact on all the policy that the government is doing. So that's why I don't think it's the best place to create a company right now. So if I want to create my own product, for example in the Bitcoin space, I would create a second company different from my consultancy and training company, and I will do it in another country, but not in France. The reason why I started doing it initially was more for fun, because I just learned about Bitcoin recently, in fact, in 2014. And for start, it was for fun. And day after day after day, it became more and more complex. And I've seen that one of the problems with the open source project nowadays is that everyone is making their own small framework on their own side. And so if you didn't have any framework that concentrated all the feature into one package. So that's why I continued to do in Bitcoin. And since now I'm using it for my own customers, I just develop on top of it when there is demands. So it's very diverse. So there is typical exchange. There is cold wallet provider that we will see soon on retails. I think it will go great. And another interesting company I'm working for, it's called Metaco. And this one is trying to find solution to protect against the volatility of Bitcoin with colored coin. So the basic principle is that this company will hold some gold or some currency into their own reserve and have periodic audits of their stock. And they will emit, for example, if they store 1 kilogram of gold, they will emit the same amount in the form of colored coin. So if you are interested into Bitcoin, but you don't want to store all your wealth on it because it's very volatile, you will have a new solution. That is, you take your Bitcoin and then you exchange it against some foreign currency represented by colored coin. So for example, against USD or against gold, stuff like that. And then when you need new Bitcoin, you can not automatically, but without the need of a bank, you can sell your gold or sell your USD against some Bitcoin. So it's a nice way to protect against volatility of Bitcoin while having all the feature of it. So it is possible to have a colored coin wallet, colored coin multi-sig wallet if you want. So you keep all the innovation of Bitcoin and you are protected from this volatility. So I think it's a very cool idea, and I'm working on that too. Like in Bitcoin, my first problem is that for now the Bitcoin ecosystem don't have enough products. It's not enough adoption it's not adoption that we like, it's products. So my goal for NBitcoin and for the API I'm developing that is called Rapid Base, my goal is to level down the learning curve, so we can have more and more developers on board. However, I don't want to stifle the innovation, because right now if you want to integrate Bitcoin into your business, you can do it with several API that exist on the web without necessarily knowing a lot about Bitcoin. But the problem I have with that is that the innovation is stuck on the API provider level. So for example, if the API provider doesn't offer any good solution for a multisig, you're screwed, and your only solution is to switch to another one, which can be very costly, and maybe you will if you switch to another one, maybe you will have other problem with the other one. So the API I'm working on, it's called Rapid Base, and I'm using it for my customer right now. And I've open sourced it, so everybody can host their own instance of that. Okay, and the goal is if some feature is leaking from this product, nothing prevents someone to fork the project and just add to the API thing that he wants. So right now this API is compatible with Colored Coin. So it means that you can create a new wallet of Colored Coin. You can create a normal wallet. You can, and soon you will be also able to collect Stealth Coin. That's in an integration with dark wallet. I'm speaking about that. It's because most people think that the dark wallet is to try to steal your transaction, and that an outsider listener of the blockchain can't see your transaction. But I think the dark wallet is more important than that. It's the only way to have only one address to remember to give to all your customers without losing your privacy, and without having to back up your wallet every time. Some people can say, yeah, you can use what we call HDK, hierarchical wallet for that. But it's not very true. In fact, in the hierarchical wallets, when you import a hierarchical key into your wallet, you have to give some input to tell which key has been used in your hierarchy. You can try to scan it, but it can take a long time, and you have to make some bad assumption. Like for example, if you have a scanner that will scan key 1 to 20 automatically, it will not know that the key 40 is used. So it's not a nice solution to the problem of having one key to backup. And dark wallet is a nice solution for that. So I'm using mostly for that. Trying to adapt NBitcoin for working on these small microcontrollers. And one typical project I'm doing is lots of people are very paranoid about the random number generator that can be routed, and people can steal your Bitcoin if they hack your random number generator. So my goal is it's more for fun than for doing a business, is to plug a joystick on my microcontroller. I will plug that, and I will also use a screen that I can plug, And the goal is that with the stick you can generate an random data that will be used as a seed for your generating your Bitcoin key. And once the key is generated, I will print it as a QR code on this screen. So it's more for fun I do that, and to show that NBitcoin can run on all kind of platform, even some microcontrollers. So yeah, we'll see what people will do with it. And I think there is lots of opportunity to do. It's not finished yet. I've started writing it, and I'm allowing people to download it for free. It's in public. It's a public license. So my goal is, like I said, and why I did NBitcoin and for why I did RapidBase, the API we were talking about, is that, like I said, I think we need skills to make Bitcoin a reality. It's the most important thing, to have the skills to code Bitcoin. And so my book, as NBitcoin and as RapidBase, try to lower the learning curve. And since I was and I am always a trainer, I know very well how most of the developers behave. In the Bitcoin space, lots of developers are very high skilled, but the great majority of developers are very late on the learning curve. So if we want more product, we need more developers, and that's why I'm writing this book. So the first part is out. So I explain in the book from a coder's perspective how to transmit some Bitcoin by code only, without relying on any API. I don't want people to rely on API. I want them to be capable of doing the API. That's my goal. And so that was the first part. The second part will concentrate more on diverse application of colored coin, mostly exclusively on the open assets protocol. So I will show you how to emit some gold, how to transfer some gold, how to transfer property, how to transfer vote rights, all that kind of stuff that can be represented into colored coin. And in the last part, I will dive in some more complex topics like how tumblers work, how CoinJoin works, how ShareCoin work, all that kind of stuff that needs more comprehension on how Bitcoin work. So the second part we release, I think, start of March. And hopefully I hope finishing this book and it to be in a stable state at the start of July. So you have to keep in mind that it's a book for developers. There is Andreas that wrote a very good book that is called Mastering Bitcoin. It is a very good book. If you're not a programmer, it explains you the details, but it's not oriented to coders, and this is the gap I'm trying to fit. One of the main reasons is that before I started coding into Bitcoin, this was my main programming language, and it's what I teach to people into companies. So it was there. I was very used to it. But I think that C# is the right tool for corporation as well as for startup, because Microsoft has a lot of program to help startup to build. For example, the Bespoke program. So you can have all the tools of Microsoft for 3 years, almost for free. Microsoft is also working hard to open source maximum of stuff. For example, very recently they released an open source implementation of the virtual machine of .NET that is called Core CLR. So everybody can take that and implement .NET on their own platform thanks to that. And like you can see here on my desk, it works everywhere, and right now I'm working on some project for Bitcoin on that. You can code on microcontrollers in .NET and have a great debugging experience on that. So for all this reason, I think it's a very cool technology. The hacker community don't like it very much right now, but I think everybody agree that people who tried coding in C# like the language, and that's why I did that. So I'd like to thank all the donators that gave me some tips, whether for the book or for my open source participation. And I just want, so yeah, if you want to give a tip, it's on my t-shirt, yeah. And to show you that I invest very wisely all your donation, I will show you that all your donation are not hoarded into Bitcoin, it's hoarded in the form of coffee capsule from Nespresso.